All right, there's your divisional bracket. 4 games this weekend, and they all should be excellent, entertaining games. Although, Chris, I got to tell you, after having 6 in Super Wildcard Weekend, is there a way we can have 2 more? I don't know how to do it. A couple of consolation games? I don't know. I want 6 again. I like that 3 windows per day, Saturday and Sunday, but we'll have 2 windows Saturday, 2 windows Sunday. And before we close the book on Super Wildcard Weekend, we have to give out our awards. GOATs in a bad way. Since there is no trivia question today, I will just go ahead and give you the first pick since you were right about Nick Saban being
I do have a
coach of all
trivia
time
question.
In any sport. No. Oh, okay.
You
good.
good?
I didn't say there's not. I got nothing here.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
here we go.
Is it a Nick Saban trivia question?
Yes. Is he the greatest college coach of all time? Yes. Is he one of the greatest coaches of all time? Yes. Oh, you got that wrong. Sorry, I'm fair. I'm first. Okay, here we go. Taylor Heineke became the second Washington QB with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in a playoff game. Who is the other? Rushing touchdown, throwing touchdown, playoff game.
Brad Johnson.
It's Mr. Primetime himself, Kurt Cousins. You're a favorite quarterback. Yeah, baby.
I knew there was I knew there was a Minnesota connection. I just went too far back in time. I don't even know that Brad Johnson played in a playoff game. I think he did in '99.
He did. We saw the other night. He was there in Washington against Coach Dungy in that crazy game. So yes.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna go with someone that I got a lot of respect for here, but I don't think had necessarily his best day as far as managing a game. I'm gonna go with Frank Reich as my first pick. 2 reasons. One, hey, yes, I didn't love the 4th and goal decision to throw it there, up 10-7. Your defense, everything's playing well at that point. Go up 13-7 on the road. I will blame Phillip Rivers there for fading away for no reason, too, on that throw. He deserves a little of that. If he just stepped up, it's going to be an easy throw. For some reason, he faded away. But between that, and then I'll tell you here's the one that kind of got swept under the radar because of all the craziness of that game. Had a really bad challenge. What? What did I say? What did I say?
You said swept under the radar.
Oh, I like that, actually.
We got two in one day. Go ahead.
See, that's really sweeping it. That's like really under the radar. But either way, I think the Zach Moss, you remember this play, Mike, where he fumbled, but he didn't fumble. He was hurt. He was laying on the ground. Somebody stripped the ball out. Frank Reich challenged it, and they lost the timeout because of it. And guess what happened? The Colts got on fringe field goal territory and had no timeouts, had to throw the ball towards the sidelines. Of course, the Buffalo Bills knew that, and they couldn't ever get closer to actually kick the field goal because they missed that timeout. So because of that, I'll pick Frank Reich, who had a really damn good year, but had some bad moments on Saturday.
Look, that 4th down play, if it works, he's a genius, and maybe they win the game. But he went all in. When you go all in and you don't have the cards, you got to deal with the aftermath of having gone all in. I got to start with a guy, and I can't believe I'm saying this because he had 13 catches for 157 yards and a touchdown. How can he be a GOAT? He's a GOAT because of what he did last week, because Juju Smith-Schuster lit the fuse on a bomb that the Browns didn't even know was there. At a time when the Browns were teetering on the brink with all these COVID issues, they're not going to have a coach. How in the hell are they going to win? What are we going to do? He gave them, with one sentence, the Browns is the Browns. He gave them the ultimate diversion, the ultimate way to snap out of whatever funk they were in. It's very easy to think last week, we're just done. It's over. It's it. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. It's not, hey, it was our year to get to the playoffs. It's not our year to advance. Thanks to Juju Smith-Schuster. And I'm sorry, somebody's got to say this to him. This enabling of behavior that undermines the interest of the team has to end in Pittsburgh, whether it's dancing on the logo, which finally ended, or saying things that unnecessarily motivate the opponent. The Browns is the Browns. Why? And Juju's the GOAT.
I get it. I mean, it's hard to argue that, certainly. There's no need for it. You're right. I mean, it gave them a little extra incentive. It's playing a dangerous game that way. It does motivate other football teams. So I hear you there all the way. And did I see a video last night of like him doing a TikTok dance on the field late in the football game? Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And it looks like, honestly, on the video, it looked like the Browns sideline was probably saying something to him. At the end of the game, the competitive part was over, and they were like, to me, it looked like they were like, hey, you're not TikTok dancing now, and he looked over them and did a dance real quick or something. But either way, it's just a little immature. He's got to stop that. Javon Wims, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears, will be my second pick for the GOAT draft. In a game where offense was going to be an issue, points were going to be hard against that great Saints defense, the Chicago Bears needed every possible opportunity to make a play. They needed to come through and make it. And Matt Nagy and company dial up a great trick play. Toss it to the right, toss it back to Trubisky, who was that receiver, kind of like a reverse. And now he's going to throw the ball deep post down the middle of the field. The game's 7-0 Saints, but the Bears defense is playing pretty good. You could see they got a good feel. Man, can they score some points and just keep the pressure on the Saints? Wide open, perfect pass by Mitchell Trubisky. And Wims whiffed it. I don't think he even got a hand on it. It literally went right through the breadbasket, right, Mike? And that was a big moment in the game just to give Chicago a little confidence on the offensive side of the ball.
And the way it was unfolding, and it's one of those moments where if you're a Saints fan, you're saying, oh, bleep, oh, bleep, oh, bleep, because you see it coming. Right? And then all of a sudden, Trubisky ends up with the ball after he had split out wide to the right.
Right.
And he fires that thing, and it's a thing of beauty, and it's going to be 7-7 and here we go again,
right.
Saints.
Right.
Here we go again. And he drops the damn ball. That just took all the air out of the balloon for the Bears, and it felt like they were just kind of trying to run in mud after that offensively. They had the play, and you know how this goes. All week long, they're excited about it. They run it on the practice field. Oh, this is going to be great. And they're talking about it. Hey, when are we using that play? Oh, when are we going to use that play? Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Shh, wait. Oh, you're done. How do you recover from that? And obviously, we saw the Bears don't recover from that. All right, next one for me. I can't believe I'll go ahead and take Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's on the board. I mean, he'll say it. He'll admit it. He had 40 rushing yards. He had a long of 8. He didn't get it done. When you have morphed into Jim Brown, you've got to play like Jim Brown with the season on the line. And even though, as we talked yesterday, the Ravens had a great plan to get to him and knock him down before he could do damage, you still got to find a way to do damage. If you're the guy, you create this huge expectation, and then when the team needs it most, it just disappears. 18 carries for 40 yards. Are you kidding me? So I love Derrick Henry. He's a Hall of Famer. He could probably have another 2,000-yard season in his career, but you got to show up in the postseason. He did it last year, and he didn't this year.
Yeah, it was a tough day. No doubt about it. I mean, he's a special football player. We talked about it yesterday, though. He needs a little room to get, the engine revved and get going, and that's where the Titans' offensive line let them down a little bit too. They were dominated. They really were. That Ravens D-line was possessed and kicked their butt. Gosh. Yeah, you know what? You're smirking. I know what you're smirking at.
I'm not smirking at anything.
I guess I'm going to take the NFL referees. I'm taking the NFL referees as a whole.
All of them?
All of them.
Even the ones who had nothing to do with it.
I don't know because I can't remember all their names, but every game had a disaster moment. Every game throughout the weekend. There was an issue. I mean, whether it was, the bad job reviewing the Zach Pascal fumble in the Colts game, the longevity of some of the reviews, the dead moments of just referees having conversations in the field, the reviewing of plays where I can't even remember right now off the top of my head. There was a guy laying on the ground for 6 seconds and the ball got stripped out. What game was that? And we went to review to see if it was a fumble. He literally was on the ground, took a nap, woke up, took another nap, and then he fumbled. It was Cam Akers in the Seahawks game. That's what it was. It was the Rams running back. He was on the ground for 4 seconds. Somebody pulled it out. We ran around the field. The referees never blew the whistle. We went to a commercial break to review stuff where I just go, are we watching the game, referees, or are we just sipping pina coladas and having a good time? I thought it was a disaster of a weekend. Everything. So I'm taking them all. Sorry.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
They've got to step it up. They've got to get it done. And look, it's very simple. It is Sky Judge. But they don't want to spend the money for Sky Judge because they don't see the incremental benefit arising from the cost that would be devoted to it. And this is one of the problems with the NFL. And this isn't something I'm making up. People in the atmosphere will tell me this, and this is where it's come from. People look at it and say, look at all the money we pay to this person, this person, this person, this person. Why do they not properly value these key functions? That's what Dean Blandino said himself a couple of years ago after he left. They don't value the position of senior VP of officiating. It's one of the most important positions in the league office. Why do you not properly value it? All right, get the Sky Judge and things like this won't happen. Last one for me. I hate to do this one. I hate to do it, but Russell Wilson, let Russ cook. What was? And I know the Rams have a great defense. I know the Rams have a great defense, but Patrick Mahomes would shred the Rams defense if given the chance. You know, we saw early in the season Russell Wilson kind of barge his way into, hey, you know, don't forget about me when you talk about Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, and it all fell apart. It all fell apart. He wanted to have the chance to be the straw that stirs the drink. And the straws missed the glass, Chris.
Yeah, no, well, he did not play his best football in the last 5-6 weeks of the year. There's no doubt about that. You know, I certainly you can place some blame on him. I think Brian Schottenheimer could be in that a little bit too, but just lack of creativity and giving him some more chances for plays in the pass game. But I understand the Russ criticism.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.